guys, it's Samantha from Samantha's Designs. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a little little tip for you. I was doing a swap recently and I found a little something on Pinterest that I had forgotten about. I used to do this all the time, and since sentiment strips are kind of a big thing in card making now, but I came up with a way or thought about a way of where I could do sentiment strips, but in a little bit different way. And I packaged a bunch up in my swap package for my partner, and I don't know if she loved them or not, but I so much enjoyed making them for her. So what I'm taking is just some scrap pieces of strips of cardstock that I have. So I have some white and blue, some craft colored, and then I'm going to be using some scrap pieces of paper, pattern paper, from a photo mat. This one I've had for a while. It's Color Block, 4.5 by 7.25 inch pieces of paper, that some solid, some paper. I've used a lot out of this. Don't get me wrong, I've had this for quite some time, but I'm always trying to use up what I have instead of buying more and more pattern paper, which is what I want to do. Trying hard to use what I have. So what I'm going to do, that being said, is I have some stamps here that are sentiments, and I got my 2 strips with my magnet here, and I'm just going to pick a few to line up on this piece of oh, this one's, evidently I've never used this one. Okay, what's this one? Hey Friends, definitely. I want to take this Hello There, but it is not separated well from the next one, which is a Hi. So, Hello There. Thinking of You is always a good one. I use a lot. You're So Amazing, I use quite a bit. I'm Here For You is a good one. I don't think I've ever used that one. So there you go. That's enough for this, I think. You want them spaced out a little bit because you're going to be adding some pattern paper to the ends. So maybe I just need to cut this down to yeah. I think we're only going to do 4 sentiments for each one. You're So Amazing. And then this one, Thinking of You, needs to go there. Trying to get those lined up. This is the nice thing about having a stamp positioner, is that you can kind of get things where they need to be. What does this one say? Hello There. Put that back before I lose it. I'll use that one maybe next. Okay, so I'm going to close my stamp positioner that I have here, looking through the grids, trying to make sure they are somewhat straight. Don't think it is completely, but let's look again. It's nice if they're in the middle of the piece of cardstock, but they don't have to be, and I don't think mine are gonna be. You could also use a T-ruler to get these lined up. That's pretty good. But I'm more eyeballing it tonight. And then I'm gonna get out my Memento Tuxedo black ink. That's my favorite ink. It's good for Copic coloring, and so I use it pretty much for everything. I just got all over my shirt, but that's okay. We're gonna roll with it. So we're gonna heat these bad boys up. The other thing about using a stamp positioner like this is that you can re-stamp if it's not dark enough for you, which is a game changer, because I have done that many times where I have inked something up and go, oh shoot, I missed a part, or that's not dark enough, whatever the case may be. Okay, so that's beautiful. All right, so we'll get this out of the way, and let me get this cleaned up, and I'll show you the next step. All right, I'm going to use my guillotine trimmer here just to kind of get these to the place where I want them. Okay, and you want to leave at the end a little bit of space to put your pattern paper. That's the reason I'm leaving such a long area at the end, but toward the other side, I like to cut them pretty close. Okay, so that's the 4 that I have done. Okay. Now I'm going to take my pattern paper and figure out what I want to use here. I got a little sheet of purple, so I could use that up. That would be really pretty. Could all 4 of them kind of stick to this? Almost perfectly. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to run a little dab here, and then I'm going to kind of line these up. Sounds somewhat harder than it has to be, I guess. With a little space in between so I can cut these bad boys apart. Oh, this one's much longer. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, wait a minute though. They're not very... Tell you what, let's do this one at the other end. And I'm sorry I'm doing these upside down, guys, but you know, I'm kind of just trying to make it work. And I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, last one. Thinking of you. This takes little paper, so it's good for little bitty scraps that you have. Now see, that one is up a little bit further, but we're gonna make it work. So, okay, I'm bringing in my guillotine trimmer again. I'm gonna try to cover this for about the same amount. So I'm gonna cut this. Probably right there. And then I'm going to take, again, my handy dandy thing here. Oh, shoot. And I'm just going to fold this over. Now, let me use my scissors here and just cut this one a little bit separate because it's not the same height as the others. And then we're going to do that just like that, so it makes a little strip, and then we're going to trim it up just like so. Easy peasy. Okay. Now these are relatively the same height and width. And we're gonna get these nice and trimmed as well. And I'm just gonna go between the two. And then I'll trim these a little bit more. Okay. They almost like look a little bit like little matchsticks to me. I don't know why. With the pattern paper on the end. Now when I did the this now when I did these for my friend, all I did was, at this point, poke a hole in the end. So I'm going to bring in my Crop-A-Dile. I have the big reacher one here. I'm going to center my hole. I'm going to put just the smallest hole, which I think is 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I just want to make sure. And I'm just going to center this as best I can, looking through there, and just put a hole in it. Now you could put eyelets in these, and in fact, I don't know if I'm going to do it on these, but I might do a few. Just add some eyelets, because I have eyelets in my stash. And let's face it, I'm not using them. So that would make a nice little addition as well. Okay, so now we're going to put some string in the end. Okay, I got some purple and white baker's twine here. I'm just going to snip a little bit off. And try to go through just like that. Take the two ends and then tie them together. Just like this, so that I can have a little hanging sentiment. Isn't that cute? All right, I'll do the other ones. Okay, here you go. Got 4 of them done. These don't usually take very long, so you can make plenty of them and have them whenever you want to add them to Happy Mail, to cards, to scrapbooks, whatever you want to do. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you will come back and join me another time. Thinking about subscribing by hitting that button, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.